to bring the best craft items to you in the UK. We specialise in high quality items brought into the UK from all over the world, including brands like Kaisercraft, Stampendous and Impression Obsession. Working with Hochanda is fantastic for us. It gives us the opportunity to bring all of these brands and all of these products from all over the world direct to you, the crafter in the UK. Our products include stamps, dies, papers, buttons, trimmings, ribbons and album making kits. Just about everything you need to be a good crafter. So please don't miss Oakwood Archer shows on Hochanda.
Calling all the Hochanda viewers, we have some exciting news for you. From the 1st of April, we will have a new schedule for our one-day special shows. The one-day special will now be shown live at 6 p.m. and 8 p.m, followed by 8 a.m, 12 p.m, and the final call at 4 p.m. the following day. This means that following your feedback, when we have a special 2-hour launch of the one-day special at 5 p.m. and 6 p.m, both hours will be available live to our Freeview viewers. So join us from the 1st of April for our new exciting one-day special schedule, only on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Vicky. We are the Stamping Sisters
From Stamp Addicts. We'd started our family-run business in 1992 when we were importing rubber stamps from the USA.
But now we design and manufacture them all here in-house in our shop in Bedfordshire.
We make grey rubber stamps and we make them as deeply etched as we possibly can so that you can use them in many different ways.
On our shows on Hochanda, we like to give you lots of different techniques to use with the stamps, different ways that they can be used and ideas.
We hope that we can inspire you to get out your stamps and have a play. Look at all the different designs we've got. We've got Christmas, we've got scenic, we've got cute and furry. There's something for everyone.
Make sure you don't miss the Stamp Addict shows
on Hochanda.
Hello there and welcome back. Well, this is it, the second live out with our lovely Julia Watts and an amazing Pentart one-day special, which is an incredible bundle. And the thing that struck me when I came into the studio earlier on, Julia, and I had a look, I didn't realise that Pentart did so many different fabulous products.
They do.
They
do. There are 150 recipes.
Wow.
And they kind of extrapolate to about 2,000 products when you've got all the different colours.
Okay.
So yeah, and Pentart have been going for 30 years.
Right.
They are a family-run business, and George, who is the head of the family, he was originally a textile chemist.
Oh, right.
And he invented a glue that was the children's glue. And he sold it, and with the money that he got from that, he started Pentart.
Oh, I see. Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that glue is still available nowadays.
Wow.
Obviously not within Pentart because he sold it. But yeah. So George runs it, and his two sons work with him as well. And it's there's about 100 employees over 2 different locations now over in Hungary.
Then,
yeah, it is really. Yeah.
Wow.
So,
and I love that fusion of textile and chemistry, which is why I suppose that inquisitive mind.
Exactly, and I mean
these products.
there is a lab where the offices are, and I think there's 4 or 5 people work in the lab, and they've got some amazing equipment there. There's even things like. You know, sometimes you buy a product and you don't use it straight away, and like 6 months or a year later you'll go and use it and it's no good. Well, they've got a machine that will check what the product is going to be like in say 6 months time or 12. So
can you tell me the lottery numbers?
No, but it can. Obviously, if that product's degraded, then they'll adjust it and try and get it so that it works properly.
That is clever.
Yeah, really clever. And they've also got things, loads of good products that are coming up that like ultraviolet lights and what they do under those. And
I love that.
It's really cool. Yeah.
Now, just to let you know, of course, as Julia mentioned there, there. They are from Hungary. So when we're talking about dispatch on this one, you have got an extended dispatch. We're looking at the 25th of March. And we have got the details on your screen for your one-day special. You've got 16 pieces within there. And it works out at £2.50 per element. And we've got some really good products in here. So where should we start, Julia?
Let's start here.
OK, tell me about this. What have we got here?
So this is gesso paste, and for me this is actually a game changer.
Okay.
Because this is, as it says on the tin, it is a paste. You can use it like a normal gesso in that you can just brush it in, but it is dimensional as well. That means you can create textures with it. You can put it through your stencils. You can just use your spatula to give you textures. You can also mix it with the next two products that we're going to look at as well.
Lovely. So what are these then?
So these are powders. These are, well, you've got mineral powder, which is a chunky one. It's coarse, and it's actually proper stones in there.
Right.
And this is your 3D powder, which is like very
little
tiny
spheres,
little balls, kind of clay-like balls. But they both give you really different texture. So you can mix them with the gesso paste, and you can also mix them with the heavy body gel that we've also got on the show.
Is this them being used on the tile here?
Yeah, that in the middle there, that's mixed with the glossy heavy body gel that we've got on the show.
Look at that for a detail. Wow, that is amazing. That's
It's like a pathway, isn't
it?
So see, I think that these products would be great for, you know, like model railway enthusiasts.
Yes.
Or if you know, you like your dolls' houses and you're doing your gardens and things like that.
I love that. Now let's move down to the next two. We've got spray bottles.
Yes,
what are these?
These are your media mists. You've got two here. You've got your purple and your grey, and they're like your dye inks, if you like. So they're a flat ink. They work on white card. And then this one is copper.
Ooh, okay.
So this one, I mean, they've all got a ball bearing in them to move them around, but the one that you really need to mix up is the copper one. You can see the copper at the bottom there.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah, so you mix that up, and it's more red on white card, and it's copper red on
there you go, and that's
black
the
card.
in situ.
Yeah.
And again here, the intensity of colour, if you want it to be intense, but of course that
really nice
lighty
and light if you want one. Yeah.
Beautiful. And what have we got here?
That's
Is
the
that
copper. That's the copper.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's going on to black cardstock.
Yeah.
So those two both the copper.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
They look different, don't they? Love it. Okay, so those are our sprays.
So
what have we got next?
Then you've got, this is a chameleon pearl paint.
Okay.
So it's your rose gold. So it's rose on white card and it's gold on black card.
Is that what I've got here?
That's what you've got there.
Oh,
and it's got like a little nozzle on it, so you can draw with it if you want to, or you can obviously use your brush to move the paint around.
And that's got a bit of a relief on there, so it's sitting proud.
Yeah.
Okay, like that.
Okay.
Beautiful. So you're going to get that in there. What have we got next?
Then you've got your hobby glue.
Okay.
This is your tacky or repositionable glue.
Lovely.
Again, that comes in like a drawing nib if you want to, so you can be very precise as to where you put it.
Okay, lovely.
Then you've got that product there. Your paint remover really goes with the three antiquing paints that you've got below it.
Okay, right.
So the idea is that you've got a patina, you've got a white, and you've got a black antiquing paint. So you lay down your black first, let it dry, and then you can add in the patina and the white on top, and you sprinkle over some of the remover and remove it with a soft cloth. So you're knocking it back, but it doesn't go back in all areas if it's all contoured.
Right.
So it gives you an aged effect. Hence it's called antiquing.
Love that. And then we've got a couple more bottles over here.
So we've got the pouring glaze and we've got the galaxy flakes. So the pouring glaze is going to kind of seal your project. Or just give you a really nice varnish look. But if you use, first of all, if you use them with the hobby glue, then sprinkle over some galaxy flakes, and then put the pouring glaze on top, then you get the effect that Hayley's
Look at that.
got there.
My goodness, that looks amazing.
Yeah, it's really
beautiful, all sealed in there, as you can see. And I'm guessing if you wanted to, you could put inclusions in there as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lovely.
And don't forget that you could kind of mix glitters and other things in with the flakes underneath the pouring glaze as well, and give yourself a totally different look.
Lovely, there you go. So there you go. Very concise explanation there, but a very good one, I have to
Plus
say.
we've got the 2 boards.
Oh my goodness, you've got those as well?
Yeah, so the boards are roughly 6, because I don't do centimetres, I'm sorry, I'm old. We've got a 6 1/4 inch square and 12 1/2 inch square boards there for you to work on.
Nice little basis to start with,
Yeah.
I like that. All of that for £39.99. That is amazing. That's a fabulous selection box of goodies,
It really is. It's almost like an introduction to Pentart, but there is so much more to Pentart than this. We couldn't really give you a sample of everything, you know.
Send you in the whole lorry, really, wouldn't we? Yeah. But I'm sure we'll see more as time goes on. Now, obviously, if you want a new one day special, the details are there on your screen. You can get those fabulous elements, 16 of those elements coming to you for that incredible price there. You've got a £21.50 saving, which is an amazing deal. So if you fancy getting hold of this, the details are there, 505775. Now, if you're like me, are very inquisitive and you're wondering what can I do with this fabulous one day special, well, here are a few ideas. That little dish. It's amazing, isn't it?
I know, it's really cool.
Now, tell me about this, because this has been flying out. Now, I think, did it sell out earlier
Yes, it did.
on? Okay,
Yes.
and we've got it back again. So we're looking at dispatch from the 30th of March, but I will warn you, it's now limited stock again.
You need this in your life. You actually need more than that pot. You need several pots.
Okay, right.
It's amazing stuff. It's so incredibly light. It's probably not been opened.
Oh, right. It hasn't.
It's incredibly light. You can get loads of different textures with it. You can put it through your silicone moulds.
Oh, Julia.
And this is one of the moulds that I picked up when I visited Pentart. So hopefully we'll bring this to you soon. But it's, you know, ultra light. Here it's been used on this box. It's been, because you can use it just like a regular texture paste if you want to.
Yes.
So here it's been kind of stippled on with a, I think it's on one of the videos I've shared, with a like a kitchen sponge, and then it's been painted with acrylic paint and then dry brushed over, probably with the antiquing paint. You've also got a trimmed board around here.
With the modelling
and I imagine this has gone. This is the same into one of their 3D moulds, because they do 3D moulds over at Pentart as well. So it's a very versatile project. But it's so light, it's incredible.
Well, this is it. When you pick the pot up, it nearly went over my shoulder. It expected it to be a lot heavier.
You go from one extreme to the other, like some things like this are really heavy, and there's nothing to that.
It is flying at £10.99. Now, I will let you know that if you do want to go for multiples of these, you can do. If that is your thinking, you need to go for it sooner. Definitely if you're increasing the quantity as well, because we are going to lose that. But something that we're very busy for as well, before we get into the first demonstration, are the Galaxy Flakes. Now, I've got a couple of different options, and they're coming in trios.
They are, yes.
Okay, so we've got the brights at the top here. Now, this is rapidly approaching limited stock.
So the Jupiter White is the same as the Jupiter White that you get in the one day special.
Okay.
So that's the only repeat across everything that we've got on the show. But you're going to probably use more of that than any of the others.
Lovely. And then you've got that gorgeous Venus. I love the names. Venus, magenta. Well, they're galaxies, aren't they? So there you go. That's why they're going to be called that. And then you've got your Pluto yellow featuring there. So is Pluto yellow though? Because I'm thinking about the character now, Pluto, because he's yellow as well, isn't he?
He is, isn't he? Yes.
I have to do a bit of research into that one. Anyway, we digress.
All the characters are available.
Exactly, yes. And other planets as well. And we've got the dark set. Now, this one did sell out early on as well.
Yeah.
30th of March, because we have got them extended delivery. But
So
again,
cool. They're just stunning, aren't
these
they?
are approaching limited stock again now, Julia.
They just really catch the light, don't they?
Is that the green that we saw in the little dish a few moments
No,
ago?
actually,
Oh,
I
okay.
believe that it's the colour of the base, because this one, the Jupiter White, has got interference in it, so it reflects whatever colour's underneath it.
Right. Wow, that's impressive. And is this an example of what you can use?
We did this when I was over there. Actually, this is this is the cracking glaze that we've got underneath, mixed with the pigments that we've got on the show, and then a little bit of heavy body gel, and just popping some of the flakes in there, and then we've sealed it with the pouring glaze.
That looks amazing, but it's smooth on the top there because, of course, it's all been sealed in. Love that. And pouring glaze as well. I've just got to the size there, so if you are wanting a big pot of that, we've got that available as well.
Yeah, because we've got a small pot in the one-day special. Yeah.
I'd be getting hold of that there.
Yeah,
because having seen just that one little item there, I know that I love this already.
Yeah, Well, I opened the big one. I didn't open the little ones, but I did open the big one.
Over half the stock has gone of this particular one. You can see that it's 230 mil, £13.99. You are going to get some of it, as Julia quite rightly said, within your one-day special. But I think this will become one of your favourites.
Yeah, because you don't have to have it deep. You can just brush it on just to seal things if you want to. Okay. But I mean, I've shared loads of videos over the last 3 days from Pentart.
Yeah, and this is something that there's a lot of those.
There's a lot of videos on the Pentart channel, and I've just this evening in between shows I've just shared the one to the Crafting with Hochanda page on that, and there's loads of ideas. I mean, there's Andrea, who's the kind of in-house crafter, if you like. Yeah. She does a lot of the videos, and she's been with Pentart for over 20 years.
Wow.
So she's got a wealth of experience, and in fact most of the samples that you see on here that aren't mine, in other words the better ones, they are all Andrea's, and she's just so clever. She's amazing.
That says a lot. If she's still there after 20 years, she has been enjoying herself. Maybe a little bit too much, maybe. I don't know. So what are we up to then?
Okay, so what should we start with? It's always a difficult thing to decide, isn't it, what to start with? Okay, so I think what we'll do, because we did these in the previous hour, so what we'll do is we'll do something different. We'll work on something that I've actually started.
So 6 o'clock, go back and watch. We've got obviously the little tile there. I would get Julie to talk through it, but then we're missing out on more demo time. So go back and watch that.
I thought we'd look at the antiquing paint. Okay. Which we didn't look at in the previous hour. But we'll also do a little bit of texture as well with the gesso, the primer. You've got the smaller one in the one-day special.
Lovely.
So we'll do a bit of antiquing first. So what we've got here is we've got the square MDF vase that's with the moss and the stone paste.
Oh, so the base container is available on the show as well?
Yeah. It's one of the bundles that's on the show. So what I've done is I've painted this with black acrylic paint. I could paint it with the gesso, but because I love this so much, I'm actually using a flatter medium rather than the textural one.
Wonderful.
And I've got on here, these are called elastic wood, and we're hoping to bring these to you very soon.
Elastic wood.
Yeah, so these go around corners and things that once you heat them, you can bend. Yeah, once you heat them, they bend.
That's clever.
I know, it's really clever. Yeah, and inside I've added a layer of the hobby glue, and when it's tacky, I've added my Jupiter white Galaxy flakes.
Oh my goodness, because that's the key thing. If I bring those in, because when they come to you and they look like that, you wouldn't think that's the result that you get.
No, well they look different.
The backdrop.
Yeah, they look different on black. So once the hobby glue's tacky, you sprinkle your Galaxy flakes over, and then you just pour some pouring medium on the top. And so that's my inside. But we're going to work on one of the outsides here. So we're going to take the antiquing paint. So we've got 3 in the kit.
I need to apologise to you guys. You'll see at the bottom of the screen those queues are starting to form again. We had a busy show at 6 o'clock, and we're expecting, well, we can see this is busy again, as we kind of expected. So, yeah, sorry if you're caught up in a queue.
I just need a soft cloth of some sort.
Lovely. Now, you're getting all 3 of these little pots
in
with your one-day
yes,
special.
you are. And so it works better with 3. And so normally you'd go on with your black. Well, I've already got a black layer, so I don't need to put another black layer on at the moment. So we'll go with the patina blue. There's a patina green as well, but we're going with the patina blue.
And everything you're working with, is it water-based? So okay for when we're cleaning things?
Pretty much, yeah. So we're just going to go with a layer all over the top there. Okay. Try and get in between some of the crevices. I'm not going to touch the top because the top's going to be something else. We're only going to do one side in this particular demonstration. And then I'll get a different brush and I'll add a little bit of the white in there. Now this is something that you build up over time, in that you don't expect it to look absolutely fantastic, you know, with your first layer. Because it's not going to.
Now you've gone on top of a wet layer. Does that matter?
No, it's fine. It's fine. Just go straight in. We're not going perfect. We're just doing a little bit of that. Okay. Then you want your remover, and you just sprinkle some over the surface, and then you go in with a soft cloth and you knock it back. Let's see, I don't knock everything over. And you'll see that we're going back to some of the black.
Lovely.
You need to make sure that you keep on moving your cloth around, so you're not just on where it's dirty.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah?
Yes.
Because all you'll do is just move it around, the same stuff around.
Yeah.
But you can see we're knocking it back.
That looks effective, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Ages
And
it straight
this
away.
is just one layer. I mean, once you've finished, you can seal it if you want to, you know, with the varnish.
That's nice because you can kind of see, and I'm guessing it depends on the cloth that you're using as well.
It does, yeah.
You've got something that's got a lot of texture like you've got there.
Yeah,
or
I know. I
something
should really have a softer one than this.
Right, okay. I wasn't sure whether it made that much difference.
I should really. I'm going to go with another layer because you can just keep on working at it and building depth with it. Yeah.
Now, of course, this is all very much a learning curve for you,
It is
Judy.
very much a learning curve, yeah.
But how are you feeling about it all so far? Are you enjoying what you've been doing and learning?
I've learned a lot. I did there's a sampler by the on the left-hand side of the one-day special. So I did the big board and I split it into 9 pieces, and I learned a lot doing that.
Oh, we'll have a look at that.
I made a few mistakes.
But you know what? That's part of the journey, isn't it? Because I think sometimes you have to make the mistakes for it to stick in your head.
Yeah, you don't learn anything at all if you get everything right first time.
So I mean, straight away, I can see that's the obviously the galaxy flakes that we've been working with here. What other things have we got around here? I could see obviously the texture, that fabulous kind of grittiness that we've got from the one-day
that's your
special.
glossy heavy body gel with the mineral powder.
That's effective.
Then we've got the glossy gel there through a stencil, and I've sprinkled some of the Jupiter White Galaxy flakes over, and then I've sealed it with the pouring glaze, just brushed over.
Wonderful.
That's your white gesso paste.
Okay.
So just putting a texture comb through it there to make the texture there, and this is mixed with the 3D powder around the outside, and then I put the misters on top.
Oh, of course, yeah, that's where the colour came from.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Obviously this is the black one up here, which we know that because that's exactly the same as the white, but the black.
Very
this is your stone effect.
I was just about to say, it looks like terracotta there. Wow.
Yeah, that's your stone effect.
Okay.
This is your...
Now, that doesn't actually come in the one-day special, just to let you know that,
separate.
but we have got that available on the show.
I tried to use as many products that are on the show as I could. This is your antiquing.
That's
with this is with an All and Create stencil.
Looks amazing.
This is here is the matte heavy body gel that's available separately
and
with the pigments.
That's raised, yeah.
Yeah, that's with the pigments. That's on the show. And then this is your micro glaze crackle with the pigments.
Beautiful.
And you've also got the pendants in a bundle in a show, and that's actually a kit that you've got on the show here. And this is your moss effect.
This is brilliant.
Separating it, yeah. But I learnt because the moss effect is best if it's heated, so it puffs up. You've got all this dimension.
Oh, you did it at 6 o'clock, didn't you?
Yeah, I did that at 6 o'clock, but the pouring glaze doesn't like heat.
Oh, right,
and neither does the matte heavy body gel.
Okay.
Doesn't like heat.
And you learnt that when you were doing this?
I learnt that when I was doing that.
But you know it now, though.
I know that now.
So you won't do it again. And that's all done on the board that comes with the new one-day special.
Yeah,
So,
So don't think about the board being scary.
Yeah.
Because it's just like a sampler like you used to do at school with your stitches.
Yeah.
It's that kind of thing, and it's a really good learning curve, and it's you know, you might not think it's a fantastic piece of art to have on your wall, but it's actually going to be your reference when you come to use your products.
Yeah. It's kind of an alternative of doing the tags. It's out there for you to look at. How are we getting on here?
So I think that's okay. It looks all right to me. But we could keep on going and doing as much as we wanted to. But I think we'll stop there on that one, and then we'll do a little bit of wax on the top.
Okay.
So we've got 2 sets of wax
Lovely.
on the show.
And these are brilliant because they're coloured waxes as well,
They're
which is
chameleons,
amazing.
that's what they are. So they've got kind of an interference in them.
Oh, so they're taking up the colour that they're... Oh, I didn't realise that. I thought they were the colour in that.
They work differently on black and white.
Right, OK.
So they are chameleons.
I like that idea.
Yes. So this is the white gold. So we're just going to add a little bit of white gold over the top of our elastic wood.
Now, the white gold comes with your silver and your green.
And the silver is no ordinary silver.
Oh, okay.
It's got sparkle in it, so it's not just a flat silver.
Ooh. Now, this is a set that I think Julie... Is this the one that you've been working with,
Yeah.
Julie? Oh, these are nice. Oh my
They
goodness.
don't look much on white.
those.
They've just got like a pearly finish to
It's
them.
kind of just like a little bit of a hue, isn't
Yes,
it, when you
it
look at
is.
it on the
Yeah,
white?
but on the black, they're tremendous.
That's where you're going to be using them most. I mean, look at that, the green there, and it's kind of like a two-tone look. If you're from the 80s, you might remember the I think it was no, late 70s, wasn't it? I think two-tone suits that they were wearing. That vaguely. Do you remember?
Vaguely.
Yes, and they were kind of, they choose to change colour. It was the 80s. There you go. Andy, our director, was wearing one, so he said it was definitely the 80s. but I'm glad that somebody's kind of confirmed that, because for a moment then, they're also young here, isn't it?
I know.
Yeah. But there you go. So you've got your 3 there with your gold, your green, and of course that fabulous silver. But we did mention to you have got another set to choose from, and there you go. Those are the others there.
So you've got your peach, your blue, and your
Nice.
violet.
Look at those. Gorgeous.
They are tremendous.
They're only $13.99
Yeah,
for
and
each
they're
one
big
set.
pots as well.
Yeah.
You know, they're 20mm pots. They're going to last
Use
a
a
long
tiny bit on
time.
your
Tiny,
finger.
tiny
Yeah.
bit. Yeah, you can actually paint with them as well if you don't want to
okay.
actually, you know, get them on your fingers. But remember, it's wax, so you'll need kind of like a solvent kind of
Like a
cleaner. Yeah, like you'd use, you know, for your household painting. That
and
sort
is
of
that
stuff.
the last layer when you're working on a project? It tends
Generally,
to be on the last.
yeah,
Okay.
generally, yeah, because otherwise
Lots of
you'll
like
lose
in
it.
those.
Right, so now
Ooh,
we're going
wow.
to just do our little rim. So this is your gesso
look at that.
paste, but this is the big pots
Okay.
because I mean I've got a smaller pot in my one-day special, but I
Okay.
don't want to open that when I've got a big pot
You're
open.
saving that, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm saving that. That's my travel pot. So I'm just going to. You can see we can get some real dimension in this if we want it.
Wonderful. Now, if you do want to go for the set that we're talking about at the moment, you've got them, your white and your black there. You've got Freedom members, discounted price, which of course everybody can become a Freedom member, spending £40 or more. So if you were going for your one-day special and you're treating yourself to these, then your order will go through the £40 threshold, which means as long as you're using your Freedom Frenzy, you will get the discounted price that you can see on your screen for these. So you're getting 2 big pots. They're quite weighty, actually, when you're
Yes,
picking them
they're very
up.
heavy.
Yeah. And I love that idea because it's so thick. I mean, this is amazing. When you
It's
pop it
tremendous.
down there.
Yeah,
Look at
tremendous.
that.
So I've just done a little bit of texture in, just in the middle there.
Okay.
And I'm now going to, I like to do this, I'm going to add some of the 3D powder that's in the one-day special to it.
Something I've just thought about, if you're using the paste for the gesso, sorry, if you're putting it through, you can put it through a stencil, can't you?
Yeah.
Because the thing is, if you're wanting to get that density of black with a texture paste, it's going to be hard to get that amount of density
It is
of colour.
quite difficult. Having said that, though, I have in the past, when I did my previous previous Pentart shows, I have mixed their black acrylic paint with the
right.
glossy heavy body gel, and because their paints are so highly pigmented,
Right.
you get a really good black.
Okay.
But yes, this is going to be
it saves you the time,
yeah,
doesn't it? Yeah.
absolutely, and it does, as you can see here. It's, I mean, I know you've got the
keeping that
gesso on.
texture.
It's got quite a nice matte black
Yeah.
to it. So I'm just going to mix some of the 3D powder to it, and it's not really powder. It's little balls,
stone
you know, like
polish,
they're like micro beads, but I think they're more of a clay structure.
Again, these are included within your one-day special. It's the same size pot that Julia's working with, I think.
It is, yeah. I've only got 1 pot of this. Bless them. They sent me. For each bundle, they sent me everything, so I've got kind of duplicates of some things, which is, you know, I'll live with that. It's fine.
It's a hard
I
job,
know.
but somebody's going to do it,
It's tough,
Julia.
isn't it?
So difficult.
Right, so now we're just going to add some either side, so our sides are the same. But now we've got that lovely kind of texture to it. And you could put this through a stencil as well, because this is like a grit paste now. And then when we add our wax paste to it, it's going to look lovely.
Now, do you tend to leave this to dry naturally?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do. You can heat set it because it's only a gesso and it doesn't actually spoil it. But you'll find that you'll heat the top layer and the bottom layer won't necessarily be dry. So this will be dry for us to add our texture to in the morning. But, you know, when we do it, we'll end up and it'll look like that.
See, this is brilliant because this could cover a multitude of things. It could be that you've got a vase that's got a chip in it or something like that. And you're kind of repurposing it. And, yeah, love that idea. There you go. And housekeeping-wise, things like your tools, clean them and put them straight into water?
Clean them off, yeah. I mean, unfortunately, the black does stain quite a bit, but it's just a spatula. I mean, that'll come off my sheet really easily in water, so that'll be fine.
There you go. Okay, so that's how you work with that. And, of course, you're going to get a small pot included with you in one day special. Julie, I'm going to give you the opportunity to have a little clear up.
Yes,
I'll see you in a few moments. News on those Galaxy Flakes, that dark set, again, it has sold out, so thank you to everybody that's taken advantage of those. I'm going to have to say goodbye to those. Still can get the brights, and of course you have got that one that's going to give you that interference that we spoke of, but they too are limited stock, so yeah, they've been popular, and I'm not surprised. I mean, they look amazing, and they are on the website if you're wanting to get hold of those. So yeah, if you're wanting the brighter ones, you've got your gorgeous Venus magenta in there, you've got your Pluto yellow and your Jupiter white, and of course your Jupiter white you are getting within the one day special as well, so yeah, do make sure you get hold of that one. But if you are thinking about getting hold of the Galaxy Flakes, it might be that you want to go down a slightly different route, because we have got a bundle for you. It's almost like a project bundle, which I'm going to share with you. And it sold out earlier on, but it's back again. There are all those little MDF vases and things that Julia's been working with. So fabulous substrates. Do check those out, because of course they're coming from Pentart, so you know they're quality to start with, and they're definitely good additions to pop into your basket. So many wonderful things. Very exciting having Pentart here, and a fabulous expert like our Julia, because all of her expert skills that she's gained over time are being applied, but in a slightly different way, because it's a new product, so it's learning so much. Very excited about this partnership that we've got now. This is a lovely little set. Now, it sold out earlier on. It's now being dispatched on the 30th, and over half the stock of that has gone. My goodness, this is a fabulous value bundle. Oh, I like the look of this. Now, where should we start? Well, you've got your fabulous Galaxy Flakes. These have proved to be so popular already. These are different colours to the ones that we spoke of in the sets a few moments ago. So you've got your Vesta Purple. Oh, look at that. That is beautiful. You're also going to get your Juno Rose, which is kind of a rose pink, but there's little kind of elements there of peach in there. Beautiful. You're going to get another pouring glaze, and it's the same size as the one that you're getting within your one day special, so that's another way of potentially topping up on those. And then you've got your acrylic paint in your black matte, as you can see there, with a fine detail nozzle, and then you are also getting your hobby glue, which is perfect for you to put those Galaxy Flakes in place. Then your project. You have got these wonderful little pen. These are brilliant. Oh, look at these. Absolutely beautiful. You can see. Now, I think, do the little elements in the middle drop out? There you go. Thought they did. So there, that's where you're going to be using your glue and also the flakes. Pop those in there. And then the beauty is that little dome that you've got there almost magnifies what you've popped inside. So look at that. Oh, my goodness. How amazing does that look? That is incredible. And of course, if you're using the ones from the one day special, the iridescence, it's going to pick up whatever colour you put behind them. But of course, you can use them just as they are, popping them perhaps onto some black, maybe using the little paint that you've got in here. You can see, and you get some lovely results with these. So again, there's another one there. This one on this occasion hasn't actually got the dome on there. In fact, that last one didn't. I picked up the wrong one. So these ones are quite flat, so of course you don't have to use them with the dome on there. It might be you want to use the dome on something else, but I have got one that has got the dome on. There you go. And you can see there, you've got obviously that magnification there of those flakes. Beautiful. This is nice as well. Look at that. Showing you how you can use that. Oh, look at the pink that you've got in there. If I swivel that round there, that's a mix of the pink and the purple coming together, I think. Beautiful. There you go. £16.98 if you're not a Freedom member, but if you are, you have got a discounted price, bringing it down. Don't forget, if this forms part of your £40 order and you're a Freedom member already, still quote Freedom Frenzy, because you'll actually have the price of your basket drop down by £6.97. So if you're looking at an item like this, it's pretty much covering half the cost of this one, isn't it? So it's not far off it. So yeah, think about that one. 942321. Now, more to share with you, those fabulous vases. Now, these are incredible. I know Lisa Bird was with us earlier on, and she was absolutely blown away by the stone and the moss effect paste. Now, this is brilliant. You've got all of these coming to you for just £23.85. So you've got your moss effects, you've got your stone effect as well. Stone effect is coming to you in 3 different colours there. So you've kind of got your stone there. Oh, it's quite weighty actually when you pick it up. Your grey there. You've got your terracotta, as you can see there. And of course you've got your white. Those are all your stone paste. So those are all going to give you those effects that we saw earlier on. So things like this, where you're going to be able to create those wonderful effects, as you can see there. Beautiful. But then you've got your fabulous moss. Now the moss is literally something, you can see that it's been applied on here. You heat it up to give that puffiness, and there you go. It looks like you've got moss actually on wherever you apply it. Could be that you're taking the little MDF piece here, turning it so it looks as if it's been made from terracotta. I mean, look at that. That is so clever. You think of all those MDF pieces that you've got, all the MDF that you've picked up in Good Morning Hochanda and all of our fabulous shows. But this has got the moss applied to it as well, so it looks like it's been left out and it's aged and aged and aged, when really it's MDF. Even the bottom, I mean, that's amazing. Love that. So you're going to get your 2 different gradients of your moss effects there, and then the final one that you've got there is your acrylic primer, which I'm guessing you're going to use as your base before you apply anything to it. Oh my goodness, can I show you the clock? Oh, look at this. That's amazing. Imagine using your stencils, getting that terracotta. And this is the thing that is amazing. So there you go. That looks fabulous, doesn't it? Flipping that over. There you go, look. Oh, better cover over that brand name. Sorry, I didn't realise that was there. But it's a piece of wood. Wow, that could be a piece of MDF or anything. Oh. You know, I said to you, sometimes you pick something up and you expect it to be really heavy. I've just picked this up. It's polystyrene heart. When you put it there, it looks like it's a piece of stone. I thought, oh, hang on, I'm going to make sure pick this up. And again, it just nearly went whee over my shoulder because it is so lightweight. But look at that. That's amazing. Wow, incredible. And all done with the fabulous effects that Pentart are bringing to us with this bundle. £23.85. And again, why not pop it into your basket alongside your one-day special, 238222. Now, the modelling paste. Oh, my goodness, we're down to single figures with this. This is the last of the stock now. I'm not going to get this, am I? It doesn't matter how fast I run up those stairs. It is going to go by the time we get to the end of the hour. 562423. Again, your light modelling paste. It's one of those ones that Julia said, yeah, why not go for 2 of these? Because you will find that you'll be using it and you'll wish that you'd gone for 2 pots of this, to be honest. Dispatched from the 30th of March because it did sell out previously. So 562423, I think it was. Heavy body gel, you're liking this one. You've got your matte alongside your glossy. Again, really good size pots with these ones. And again, Freedom members discounted price. In fact, I'm going to get Julia to pass out. Oh, I've got them here. It's all right, I've got them here. I didn't realise they were there. Again, good size pots with these as well. 230 mil with these.
Yeah. They're just tremendous. You're going to use them all the time. Obviously, you can use them for your sort of structural work, you know, through your stencils and things, but also as a glue. Yeah,
perfect. And very affordable at £13.49. So 386404 if you're wanting that. I'm going to have a long shopping list, Julie Watts. You've got a lot to answer for me.
I know, I've been told off quite a lot already.
You are in trouble with me.
Sorry. I didn't put the show together. I didn't put the show together.
Nice things.
I know. Right, okay, so I thought we'd look at the crackle glaze because, again, we didn't do that in the previous hours.
Yeah.
And this is a 2-part crackle.
Okay.
Pentart do tend to do 2-part crackles. So, obviously, you've got component 1 and component 2, and this is your micro crackle varnish.
Okay.
So small.
Just let you know that's gone. It's gone. I don't need to say any more than that, do it? It's gone.
I might have to
take a bit now.
Right. Okay. So we're going to start with the this is just normal gesso.
Okay.
And I'm just going to put a base layer of black acrylic paint on here, and this is the this comes in with the little pendant
I was just
set.
talking about that, wasn't it? Yeah, the pendant set.
The little pendant set. So just going to put a little coat of the black paint down here.
Oh my goodness, that's a solid black, isn't it?
Yeah, this is what I said to you.
Yeah, everything's concentrated almost.
They do everything right.
Yes.
You know, when I was talking to them about, you know, my previous show, I mixed this with this and, you know, give it a go and all that. I didn't get told off, but it was like, well, you know, the chemistry of you know, the way the products are made, they actually produce certain products which work best with other products. So in other words, if you use a product that's not meant to work with another, it might actually break down the structure of it and it might not work to the standard that they have created.
They sound quite perfectionist with the results that
they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. So we've got some transparent pigments on the show.
Okay.
And it's pick and mix, and you can have any two, and there are 4 colours to choose from. So you've got yellow, blue, red and pink.
Okay.
And these have been these work really well with your obviously your things like your heavy body gel, which is see-through. You're going to see them through the pouring glaze,
so it turns it into a transparent gel.
Exactly, and also it's ideal to work with the micro glazes as well, and any of the crackle glazes that they've got.
Lovely.
They do an opaque pigment as well, so that's for more solid things like your gessos and things like that. So, you know, they know what they're doing.
Like a store cupboard that you're going to have with all these fabulous ingredients.
I know. So this is your rose gold paint that comes in the one-day special.
So this is the one that can leave a 3-dimensional kind of, oh, look at that. 3-dimensional if you leave it to dry as it is.
It can do, yes. But you can see that on black, it's a proper gold. Okay.
That's amazing.
So this is just so that we can see what the crackles are going to look like.
So drying off again.
Drying off again. I always stick my fingers in it before it's dry. Okay.
Wonderful.
Then you apply your component number 1.
Okay.
And this is opaque, but it dries clear. Yeah.
Lovely, yeah.
So you just want a thin layer of that.
Does it make any difference if you go on heavier with this at all?
I don't
need
think
to.
so. It's the top layer that it makes the difference with.
You don't want to waste it, do you? Really?
No, you don't.
Yeah, don't go too heavy with it.
Yeah. And also it takes longer to dry if it's a thicker layer.
Okay, yeah.
Obviously, it doesn't matter if you miss bits because you just won't get crackles there. And then you leave that to dry.
Okay.
So you don't force dry that yourself.
So, what sort of length of time? Does it dry quite quickly?
Well, while you were down the counter, I did another one, and that's virtually dry now. There's only a tiny little bit.
I don't think I was gone that long. So
you weren't gone that long.
So it's not too bad, is it at all? Cup of tea time?
Yeah, about half an hour.
So rude.
You know I'm joking. You know I'm joking. You know I'm joking. I am just going to force dry that last tiny little bit because it's only a little bit.
Yeah.
But you see, it bubbles up if you're not
careful. If you'd been down there 5 minutes long, you wouldn't have had to do that.
No, I wouldn't. Bad timing. Bad timing. But you can see this is already starting to dry on that one. Yeah.
Fab.
Okay. So then what we're going to do is I've got 3 wow pots here. I wouldn't suggest you use your wow pots because they do anti-static them. But
I was going to say
obviously I can't use them for my embossing powder anymore. But I had nothing else that was small.
Oh, bless you.
I'm not. If it's a bigger surface, I would go for all 3. But I'm just going to do. I'll just do a couple.
Okay.
So because this is very, very quite thin.
Okay.
So we're just going to pour a little bit into a pot.
Now, I always get mixed up. Is it viscous is runny?
I don't know.
They say it's viscous.
I don't know.
I can't remember one. Viscous and non-viscous, they say, don't they? But I can never remember which is which. I think viscous is runny.
I think you're probably right. We'll go with the fact that you're right, shall we?
Oh, no, it's the other way around.
Is it?
Viscous is thick and non-viscous is runny.
Who knows? Let's see. Let's take strong colours. Let's take the blue. So just going to add 1 drop of blue in there.
Is that all you need?
Yeah, 1 drop. And we're going to get, let's go for the pink. So we're going to add 1 drop of pink.
These are going to last for ages then, if that's all that you use.
Yeah, that's all that you use. When on the video for the pigments, they actually make that beautiful bowl there.
The plate, I saw this earlier on.
Yeah, so they obviously use more colours there and more. So what this is just a glass bowl.
Okay, could be something you picked up in the charity shop.
So on the back, all they did was brush on the component 1.
Okay.
And when it was dry, then they did what I'm going to do now.
Okay.
Okay.
Lovely.
So we're going to give it a mix. I'm just going to use the end of a pokey tool.
Beautiful.
And give the other one. You can see how strong the pigment is.
Yeah.
Really strong.
One tiny drop.
Yeah. So we're going to just pour some on. Don't want to put too much on because I'm not dealing with a big surface here. And we can kind of move it around with our fingers a little bit.
Okay, yeah.
It's better if you don't use a brush because otherwise you get brush marks. You can see the pigment actually sinking in already. So that means you keep that colour just in those areas. See how we're getting on here. Now we've got the blue.
Okay.
And the blue in. And we have a little bit of... You can see I'm not that artistic. I don't actually kind of spread my colours out very well. And we can move it around a little bit, but what you don't want to do is have too much sitting on the surface. So I'm just going to drip off the excess.
We're making new colours.
Yeah, you make new colours, but obviously we know that in the base we did have quite a decent amount of pink. Let's just move it around there. So we've got purple on there now. Dirty hands, right. See how we're going now. So I would keep that. I mean, it's not going to stay for ages, but what I'd do is I'd do a few more while that was mixed, rather than waste it. And now we can actually heat set this stage.
Lovely.
So it's quite quick. So we're ready. Make sure Mr. Cameraman's ready.
Oh, he's ready.
We on it?
Ready.
We on it? Right, okay. Let's go.
No way. Oh my goodness. That's going to be the fastest crackle effect I've ever seen. But look at the different colours. You've got greeny tones in here.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Isn't it cool? And because we did the pearlescent paint underneath, that's what's showing through on our crack.
Yes. Oh, Julia, that was brilliant.
Yeah. And so now, if we wanted to, what we could do, like we did before, is we can take some of our heavy body gel and we can just kind of add a little bit here and there.
And the details for the heavy body gel, you're getting 2 parts, 1 part of glossy, 1 part of matte. Which one is it you're working with?
This is the glossy. It doesn't really matter which one it is. I think that's a little bit wet still there, but it doesn't really matter. And then we can just take some flakes. So we grab this is the Jupiter White, which you get in the one day special.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And we can press some of that in.
Oh, this is a fun crafty session, isn't it?
Yeah.
Make these into coasters and things.
Yeah, absolutely. These are just ATC card, little MDF ATCs. I just had loads lying around. I thought, well, it'd be quicker for me to do little techniques on these than use the boards that you've got.
I think it's really effective doing them with these.
Yeah. So now we need to leave that to dry.
Okay.
And when we come back to that tomorrow, we can then pour some pouring glaze on the top.
Ooh, I should have to watch from home then, because I'm not in
But it will look very similar to what we've got here.
Okay.
Okay? Very similar.
I love that. So we'll put that on the pile for
on the pile, yeah.
Now, if you want those fabulous colours that we've been working with, we have got those available for you. So, of course, you've got your gorgeous, it's a pick and mix, isn't it? You're choosing with these ones. Your blue, your red, your yellow, and, of course, I think it was a pink, wasn't it? You choose any 2 of those. £9.99 for those. I can't quite reach them, but they're little bottles like that. But a little really does go a long way. And you can choose. It might be that those are the 2 you're going for. I've got a feeling many of you will go for the 2, come back out out and then go in for the next two, because they are ones. And of course, if you've got your primaries in
Yes,
there,
you can mix
you can mix any
anything.
colour,
Yeah,
can't you, with those as well? So they definitely want to go back in for those. £9.99 for each pairing you choose to make, and the details are on your screen if you want them, 102905. But we're going to go straight into another demo.
Are we
if
all
that's
right? Are we?
okay.
Okay, that's fine. Right, okay, let's take...
Lovely. Got about 10 minutes left, Julia.
Okay. I can use that one tomorrow. Right, okay, so I thought we'd do a little bit of work on this.
Okay.
This is a stone vase that I started when I was over with Pentart. And so it's been primed with the primer that's in the kit with the stone and the moss.
Okay.
Then we've started adding the terracotta.
That's very effective
On the
isn't
outside, and all we've done is used a metal palette knife to draw in the...
It's effective, isn't it?
yeah.
Could you put it through a stencil if you've got
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely,
I
yeah.
love that.
Yeah. So we can, sorry about the noise, we can knock this back if we want to. Obviously once it's dry, and that makes it look a little bit more aged. Dust it off a little bit, and then if we want to, we can start adding a little bit of extra colours on the top. Okay. So let's grab my stone paste. What did I do with it? I'll put here it is. So we've got because in the kit we've got terracotta, we've got the limestone, and we've got the anthracite.
Okay.
So if we go for a little bit of the limestone, so when you get this, it could be that you've got like water line on the surface, or it might not be water. It's a thinner part of it. So give it a good mix and go right the way down to the bottom and give it a really good mix. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just that it's settled. Okay. So I'm just going to put a little tiny bit on my mat. It doesn't need to be on my mat, but I'm putting it on my mat. And then I'm just going to dry brush a little bit on the top and see what it looks like. It might look awful, but it doesn't really matter.
So will this stay that kind of white stony colour that you've got there?
Yeah, it does. And it's got a bit of kind of sand or something in it.
Like it's got a fine texture in it.
Yeah. So we can just brush a little bit over there. And that just adds a little bit, only very subtly, but that's the idea of dry brushing.
It's about building layers,
It's
isn't
about
it?
building your layers. So we could go on like that. We could add a little bit of black if we wanted to.
Very effective. I mean, it's amazing that this is that. Was it MDF it was made out of?
It's
originally?
MDF, it's MDF, yeah, absolutely. So yeah, you can carry on building up, adding a little bit more. Again, if you don't like it, just sand it back once it's dry. You can bring in the black if you want to.
See, the thing is, when you see something like that, I mean, usually, very affordable price when you're getting hold of these. I mean, the set that we've got for you is brilliant because you're getting your 5 pots in there and you're getting your primer as well as this. So these are always affordably priced, aren't they, MDF pieces?
Yes, they are.
But
they're sturdy. It's really good. I think it's something like a 6mm or something.
Yeah.
It's got to be 6. It's not 4.
When you actually look there, definitely.
Yeah.
And it's all mitered. It's beautiful.
It's actually a Stamperia product.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, but it's really steady.
Yeah.
But when you look at that, I mean, sometimes we look at the blank canvases and you can't think of what to do with it. But when you see something like this, I mean, anything that you've got already that is kind of an MDF form, then
obviously you just get one in the kit.
Yeah.
So I'd keep on building that up. You could even kind of bring some in and actually have it, more on one side, so that you're a bit like the the one that is down there that looks bright proper wood. So you could do that. But I think we ought to do a little bit with this.
I can't wait to see this because I know that as I say, Lisa was here earlier on and she was looking at getting this set.
Yeah. So this is the moss paste. So the moss paste we've got 2 colours in the kit. There is another one, and you can also use. If you've got velvet powder, you can sprinkle some of that on while it's wet.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of different ways that you can put it on. You can put it on quite thin if you want to. But I'm heavy-handed, so I like to put quite a lot on. Okay. So we were stippling it with a stipple brush earlier, but you can actually just do it with just a
just
normal
almost
brush.
patting it into
Yeah,
place.
pat it into place. Make sure you've got some peaks.
So that's naturally how it would be, isn't it? You'd have low points and
Yeah,
high points.
yeah, you
with
would. If you think of your moss, you know, that's mostly my lawn is moss. So I've got my lawn's just like this actually. So yeah, do some peaks. Obviously, the deeper the peaks, the more it's going to puff up when we actually heat it. I'll try not to be as heavy-handed as I was when I did my sampler. Again, I learnt from that as well that I was probably a little bit too enthusiastic, but
it's all a learning.
It's all a learning curve. You know, if we got everything right first time, we wouldn't learn anything, would we?
Exactly.
Then we go with the lighter colour and just dab some of that in.
Okay.
Obviously, that's going to merge and become dark anyway as we get our brush all messed up. Look at those peaks that you get. I mean, you can just leave it to dry like that if you want to, but I think we'll heat it because it's just cool. I know, the first time I saw this, I couldn't believe it.
Wait.
I was just, oh my, look at that! That is so cool! I don't think she understood what I was saying, but I think she got from me that, you know, I was enthusiastic.
I think we can read your expression,
yeah,
so she would have known. Don't you worry about that.
So, as it starts to go, let's see if it goes. You're starting to see it puff?
Oh yeah, it's just starting to go there.
Obviously, if it's not very deep, it's not going to buff up very much.
There it goes.
But then becomes quite solid, and it won't, you know, obviously don't kind of lay it down straight away, but, you know, once it's completely gone, it stays like it.
It's like it's coming to life.
Yeah, it's almost volcanic, isn't it, the way it erupts.
Oh, this is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, while it's wet, if you wanted it to be like, if you're doing like a fairy garden or something, if you wanted to sprinkle some fine glitter on it before you heat set it, then that's going to stay put and that's going to look very cool as well. But there you go.
Ah, it's fabulous.
It's a really cool product, isn't it?
And so when the heat's taken away, that will cool down, that will set as it is.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing if you go into it and you start squashing it, does it kind of flatten down a bit?
Well, it will do to begin with, yeah. See, I can move it around.
It just becomes quite firm though,
yeah.
the pieces once they're settled.
Yeah.
So, I love it.
It's cool.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
That comes as part of the set alongside the terracotta, alongside your little vase as well. So you could transform your piece into something amazing. This is what you're getting. You're getting your little vase there, as you can see. £23.85 will get you your vase. It will also get you 3 pots of your stone effect there. So you can see your stone, you've got your light there with your white and the terracotta. 2 different layers there, as you can see, with regards to your moss greens. And then, of course, you have got your primer, which is the first layer that you put down before you start. £23.85, 238-222 if you're wanting to get hold of those. Now, time-wise, what have we got left time-wise? 2.5 minutes.
2.5 minutes.
Oh, now, that's a bit tricky. Should we talk about what you had here before we started?
Sure,
because we didn't see these.
Sure.
I didn't manage to catch the show earlier on.
Okay, so here we've got the stone pastes. So all I did was I put a little bit of each of the stone pastes onto a spatula and just spread it, and then put some more in and spread it there. And then I put a comb through it and left it to dry. And so that's pretty much 100% dry now.
Wonderful. And if you want to actually see that coming together, that was the 6 o'clock show with Leonie.
And so here, this isn't quite dry yet. This is the gesso paste. First of all, mixed with the 3D powder, and then mixed with the mineral powder. So you've got kind of 2 depths there.
It's like crafty tarmac.
Yeah, it is really. It's really cool. Then obviously here we've got the moss effect. You can see the difference between not doing it very thick through to doing it quite thick there. And here we've also got, again, we've got the gesso primer, and put it on quite thickly, rub a comb through it, and then add some of the Jupiter flakes to it.
Which you're getting in the one-day special
Which you're getting in the one-day special as well.
Lovely. Now, you are going to get, obviously, your small pot of your primer in with your one-day special, but do go for your bumper pots as well. These have been very, very popular. You've got your black
Super
and
price
your white.
again, because it's got the Freedom discount on it again.
Yeah. So if you're a Freedom member already, it's discounted down. If you're becoming a Freedom because Freedom member because your basket is £40 or more, then again you will pay that price on your screen. But don't forget as well that pouring glaze days. You are going to get some of this within your one-day special, but I think when you start using that, you will want more of it. So you can see there, you're getting your big pot again there, 230ml, but again, it's a fabulous price on this one, just £13.99. 481148. We've had sellouts again during this hour. Julie, I can't wait to see what you've got in store for us tomorrow.
I mean, I think the heavy body gel, the gesso primers, the modelling paste that's just sold out, I mean, they're no-brainers for me because you're going to get through them a lot, and there's, I mean, all of them, all the products on the show is of such high quality.
Well, this is it. It's Pentart, so you know
they
that
really are.
Well, I have to say, you've been brilliant. I know this is a learning curve.
It
for
is a
you.
learning curve for me. I've only had like a few weeks. Well, I've had a week with these products.
Yeah.
So I haven't got 20 years yet. But yeah, I'm so excited about it all. It's fantastic.
You can always tell, Julia. Yeah. We're going to say goodbye to you. We'll see you tomorrow then. Bye bye. So there you go, Pink Frog Crafts coming up after the break because we're going